Alrighty, so those of you that follow the monthly Caboodle kits that we make, you know that this month we were doing Oaxaca. And for those of you that do not follow what we're doing, Oaxaca is a state in Mexico that has beautiful art that represents the history of that particular area that goes centuries back. So I wanted to highlight some of that artwork. That was what we did in January. And so here are some of the journals that I made to reflect that area and use the stuff that was in our kits. So I'm going to go ahead and show these. And I think these four are all the same size, if I'm not totally incorrect. So they're 8.5 by 6. And what I did is I repurposed some, um, what am I trying to say? Ledger. I repurposed some ledger covers that were from like the late 1800s. So they're all kind of a mess. I didn't repair them. I liked the fact that they looked old and basically left them that way and put um, the backing on most of these is another piece of thick cardboard that I've covered up with fabric and with paper. So in the front, I used, one of the frames that come in the Victorian albums, and I just painted it up, put a little bit of fabric to create a hinge to attach it to the cover, put a couple of holes there, ran some charms, traditional Mexican charms, and put those on there. You might be familiar with them, the Milagros. So that's what's there, a picture, the name Oaxaca, because that's what we're featuring, and a little pocket, and another picture here in the back. And then this just ties, whoops, just ties down. And I had these old price tags from, I guess, like from different kinds of mercantiles and stuff. These are kind of old. And so that will represent a number for each journal. So this one is 29 for 29 cents. Oh, and the way I bound these, most of them, I think, let me look them on the sides. Yeah, I bound them all the same. And so they're bound, you can see here and here. And they all have 5 signatures, these particular journals. So if you are familiar with me, I usually do my journals very, very naked. This is no exception. It has a variety of papers, hand dyed, whether it's the color, color or, excuse me, coffee dyed, um, tea dyed, all kinds of dyed. So you will get a wide variety of papers in these journals. I think there's like about, I have double check. It'll be in the listing like about 160, 70 pages, something like that. And then what you get with that is this envelope that is made from a depiction of the local type of tiles that are made in Mexico. And then about between 25 and 30 of these different printouts from various places. Some are personal things, some are from different digis, some were freebies I found. They're from all over, so it's kind of hard to tell you where they're all from. But you may recognize some of them, and then you may not. And some of them are personal digitals, I should say collages that I did, and I scanned them and then I printed them out. So some of these are my originals. And those of you that follow our kits, you'll recognize those from probably a year ago when we did those together. And so they will not all be identical, but they're all from the same sources, all the journals. So I won't go through each pack for each journal, but that's basically what comes with it for you to incorporate into the journal and decorate it. And each of them is going to have one of these pictures, either from the tile book that we worked out of or the textile book that we worked out of, so that you can cut that out and use as your collage also. So this one is number 29, and basically the only difference is going to be the covers. So I'll be showing you the individual covers, but the interiors are all the same papers and things that I'm highlighting. So this one here is number 34, and you can see the lady out collecting her flowers for the open market, and then a little pocket inside, and these two little young people. How cute. And a pocket inside there. There's supposed to be a peacock feather in there. Somehow it's not there. I will replace that because each one does have a peacock feather. Okay, so that again is number 34, and the only thing that might be different are the papers that are used in the front and the back, and everything else is pretty much the same. Okay, number 34. So now we have number 38. Another girl collecting her flowers. I guess I'm kind of partial to all these flowers. 38. Again, another pocket in there, and some dancers from they've got their traditional folklorico types of clothing for the dances. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. And here is the interior, front, and the back. Okay, 38. And the last one of that type, number 55, that has the little kids that was inside on the other one. And this one has the woman that was on the cover of the other one. And the little pocket and the peacock feather. Excuse me, my throat is so dry. We had unusually cool weather for our area. We actually had snow. I can't remember the last time we had snow. And so between that and then the heater going constantly, my throat's very dry. I'm not complaining. It looked beautiful outside. The snow is still on the ground. Okay, so there's the front and the back. Number 55. So those of you that have been following us, you know that I've really been pushing Abuelita hot chocolate. And so I had a couple of empty boxes, so I thought, hello, junk journal time, recycle time. So I made a few of these, 3 of them to be exact. And here is the cover made from the package. We have 3 signatures, sewed around, and some papers to reinforce the interior, and then just more of the same papers that were in the other journal that I just showed you. More of the same. I put in a couple of pages from the textile book and a couple of pages from the tile book. And then, like I said, there's 3 signatures. So there's a signature here in the front, and then in the center, there is this fold out, and it's just made from a file folder, and it's filled to the brim with all kinds of printouts for you to fill up into your journal or make a different journal. And of course, I had to include one of the packets of Abuelita so you guys can drink your chocolate while you are working on your journal. And then the back here is just another signature. Same papers. And there you go. And then used a piece of the collage that we did together, and cut those up, put a little elastic around it, and created the closure. And then I had these cute little clips that had a little cactus on them. So I thought that would be kind of cute. So this one, this number is number 19. This number is 83. And they're all pretty much the same. Same papers. The pictures from the books, obviously, they're one of a kind, so they're all a little bit different. Oh, yeah, and each one's going to get, if you were with us last week, we made some tags. So each one of them will have one of those tags that we made together. And then, of course, the fold out with all the goodies and the abuelita. These were really fun to make. I think they came out kind of cute myself. My first love are like real, true junk journals. So I really like these. Okay, 83. And then number 74. 3 signatures again, sewn around. And some of the same papers. Some of the stamps that I did. And then they fold out with a lot of goodies, little scraps to play with. Well, ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, so we have these 3, and then we have these 4. Now, I'll be doing a separate video for the journals that I hand painted the covers, and that video will be coming up shortly after this one. So, you know, if you want some abuelita, you want some Oaxacan influence, and you want to get warm and toasty during these cold times, I think you know how I'm going to tell you to do it. Get your journal stuff out, get your cocoa out. The cocoa and the journals need a new home. You know the rest of it. So, and you know, I hope it's with you. Abuelita. Yummy, yummy for the tummy.